Okay. You think that should be us live? Just get that on. So I've got my chat window up, and we should be good to go. I apologize for being a bit late. My dinner dragged on a little longer than I'd hoped. Where am I looking for? Sorin's journey. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Right, there's chat. Can I actually have the live chat up, please? There we go. Oh, yep. Here we are, back to Sorin's journey. Now, I have returned to Falcon's Nest. Part that was, I want that sanctuary. No, was it the well-rested bonus? But also, Sorin missed this, which I believe is an Aether Current quest, which is probably something we want to do. While we've been gathering, information, and trying to build our reputation among the convictors, what was a good idea? Come back, see if anything here could be helped out with. Do you believe? Yep, Aether Current. Hello there, ma'am. Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Ysayle asked me to go and deal with some Mylodons that had been causing trouble. And the Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. Craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. Oh, the Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. I'd asked the dragoons to do it, but they're so busy it'd be weeks before they found the time. I'd do it myself, but there are so many of the beasts I fear I'd be swarmed and outnumbered. You're a capable man. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I'd be able to finish off the rest myself. It's not a problem, ma'am. Off to the bridge, then. Excuse me. Still need to think of a name to give Orshwant's chocobo. Really can't think of anything. What kind of name would Lord Orshwant use? Does his chocobo have a name, canonically? Maybe something I should look up. I'm sure he wouldn't mind Sorin asking. Finding out what its actual name is if it does have one. So, I think I saw these Mylodons before. Oh. Looks like the knights are already having trouble. Do we just participate in fate? Bathe in the short winter... Upland Mylodons have lumbered their way atop Black Iron Bridge. Bathe in the short winter sun. Sure, this is what sun looks like. You can help the knights while I'm here. Oh, more dodging. Oh, you there, my friend, need health. Aspect of Helios isn't going to help them because they're not party members, are they? If I remember correctly, it doesn't work quite like that. Do be careful, sirs. I should expected benefit on them all. So it does have the added benefit of getting the aggro on me. Right. I think I just broke that area with the lights. Nope, seems to be good. Here we go. It has to target party members. Okay. Does it? I don't know whether does Aquila count as a DPS or? Well, the knights are still alive. And won't be too many more of these things. It's a bit more than the 3 I was asked for, but I'll very well leave these knights to deal with this all on their own. I've got the Asphinaud. No. For one down. Your health for food. Give you some regen. Oh. Oh. We did it. Oh, that's a big one. I don't think I can leave now. Had I ever explained to Lord Orshfont that I just abandoned knights in the field? Pick the knights. Ow, that hurts. Oh, a fellow adventurer. Oh, a blue mage. This'll be easy. This makes this a little easier, I think. Okay. This should be easier now. He's not even focused on me. Guess I can allow my friend to have to deal less, focus less on healing themselves. We did it! Right, that's the Mylodons dealt with. A little more than 3 of them, but I guess I can make my report. And see what more work there is at the Convictory. Is it the Convictory? It's the Convictory. Here we go. The atmosphere in the Western Coerthas highlands sometimes, like when there's no blizzards, just between the music and just feels so calm. Hello there, man. You've already killed 3 of them? Well, well, I have killed 3, yes, but, never mind. Thank you ever so much. You're not injured, are you? Here, please take this. Make sure cut of the fee for the work. Incidentally, did you happen to see the farm on the far side of the bridge? Those Mildons have made it difficult to access that area, and the bridge has been left to fall apart. After we repair the bridge, one day we might be able to rebuild that farm. Yeah, I've actually been to that farm a couple of times. It's, there were bears there. I think the quickest way back to the Convictory is to fly. Hello there, sir. You wouldn't be able to get me to the Convictory, would you? This might be a little... might cost a little money, but I think it's a little more direct than traveling overland myself. I can avoid getting in any unwanted fights as well. Rivers meet. Still wonder what happened there. What makes an Aphorite look like that? At least, I still think that's an Aphorite. There we go, the Convictory. I remember correct. Sir, you've been looking for help, hadn't you? Cowards, all of you! Have you no shame at all? Excuse me, sir? Oh, I beg your... Oh, wait, are you not Master Sherwood, honoured ward of House Fort Holmes? Praise Hallowney, surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil? Westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to warn of the Horde's approach. Oh, excuse me. Never mind, that's... 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I fought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, sir, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Well, I suppose I can't really say I do, but... very good indeed. There's a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. Okay, sir. Because if it's important to Ishgard... Yes. I think Alphinaud would say to take any opportunity we can to improve our reputation. Especially if we want to avoid another incident like before. Getting accused of heresy once is bad enough. And as convenient as trial by combat might be, I don't think we want to make a habit of it. Those definitely looks bigger than the stone vigil. Wonder what this looked like in its glory days, before the calamity. It is pretty cool. Hello, sir. I was sent by a priest to investigate these ruins here. What's this? A ward of House for Toms wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil? You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts, and gods only know what else, are you not? Why, just the other day one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill himself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. Thank you, ma'am. I'll do that. The first Heavensward dungeon. And there we go. I do love healer queues. Okay, I should probably have my chat open so I can see people telling me off for doing badly. And have to be polite, say hello. Even if I'm playing for it in character, this is still a multiplayer game. His first step is getting inside the walls. I'm on the arrow, so I want to redraw that maybe? Nope, I just get the arrow again. Oop. Need to watch my friend's health. I was able to protect those knights, I should be able to protect another adventure. More Mylodons. Wait, wing? Is that the winged beast I mentioned? I haven't seen one of those before. Just, I suppose, don't fight what you don't have to. Or, I guess we do have to. Oh, no, I didn't want Fenna. Perfect. Oh, hello, friend. You're a little wounded. Everyone's on. Hello. You came out of nowhere. Definitely glad I dressed up warm for this. I don't know how some people can dress the way they do in this weather. Oh, my friend, you were looking at a little bit. Oh, another one! Already got it. That's a big one. Right. That's what nation. Oh, this. Hello, friend. Oh. Else. If you help out. That hurts. Ow! Ow! Oh no! This is a problem. Oh. Right, we made it through. All ends. I don't think the gear from here is actually helpful to me. Are those zombies? It's been a wee while since I fought zombies, not since the whole Hildebrand incident. Oh. Ooh. On through. Okay. And that looks like we're clear here. Keep moving. And that wolf does not look healthy. We're okay. Okay, friend. Oh, more bodies are coming alive. And all for me. This next room. More bodies. This doesn't bode well. Brain drain. Doesn't sound particularly fun. Ow. Oh, hello. Avoid that. A lot of the bodies are coming back to life. That is a little concerning. Oh. Maybe I should light speed. Okay, now I'm getting hurt. Oh. Our friend living deaded. Just make sure you're full health just in case. I don't trust living dead. I'd rather our friend here not become a zombie as well. Versus ice trap. Oh, maybe want to avoid that. Let's deal with this little one. Move on, I guess. I've got sprint twice. I don't need 2 sprints. More sprites. Sprites can do a concerning amount of damage sometimes. Right. And on through. There it is again. The seems even bigger than. Maybe I was just too far away for to see. That's a big wolf. That's almost as big as Fenrir. Red mage friend. Thank friend. Let's give a bit of extra healing to everyone. Right. This looks like the chapel then. That must be the statue of Heavensward. So I'm looking for an ice crystal or something, right? Oh, that must be it there. Getting up there is going to be well, I guess. Solve one problem, get a new one. Here we go. Please. Astrodyne, divination. Let's go. Oh. I want to stick behind cover. My friend. Once again. Stay behind. Here we go. I think he's getting weaker. We did it! That, shame about that statue. Right, I guess my goal is to find that crystal. It's probably lying about on the floor here somewhere, right? Where did the head of the statue go? It didn't get blown off the edge or anything, did it? Ah, here we go. I think this is it. I hope this is it. Hello, Mom. I'd rather not know what you found inside. Some of us have to remain here on guard duty. I suppose fair enough, Ma'am. Yeah, I suppose maybe she doesn't want to know she's guarding a bunch of living dead knights who... What is to stop them just leaving the Dusk Vigil? I'd assume there's something that keeps them there. I'm just not sure I could say what. I was not looking for the Aether Currents in the... So that will be... So there'll be 2 more quests, one of which I know is MSQ related, and then one more... Ooh. I will not... I don't think I'll do that now. It doesn't feel like the right time in the story for Sorin to make a return to Ishgard. There we go. Hello there, sir. Do you have it, Master Sherwood? I believe so. Is this what you're looking for? Yes, there's no mistaking it. At last, it is ours once more. My parents presented this sapphire to me on my wedding day, as my wife and I presented it to Ysayle Merrick on his. One day they would do the same for their son. But for that disgrace of an Inquisitor, suspicion of heresy, what rot! He knew what he wanted from the start. By the time I secured her release, they had interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. But the final insult, the final twisting of the knife, was when my son took command at the Dusk Vigil and found the ice rondel to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture to Fury. He couldn't prove it was the selfsame one which had vanished, but oh, he knew. But no more, no more! It is back with the family, where it belongs. It is admittedly hollow comfort, yet in my waning years I must accept what little that can be had. I hope it brings you some measure of peace, sir. Just say... This is also an Aether Current. Hello, ma'am. Is there anything else I can do to help out here? I want to help out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing, and killing besides. I'm sure you've noticed that dragons aren't the only thing we've had to contend with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. I think you could thin their numbers a little. Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Okay, ma'am. Polar bears, there were a lot of them around here, weren't they? Right. I should refresh Akila's time. Let's go. Four polar bears, right? Ow. Okay. doing okay there, Akila? This is... Ow. Halfway done. One more here. Okay, I think I'm a little safer up here. That's another down. Just one more and that should be enough. And should probably check in with Estinien and Alphinaud, see how their side of things is going. Down we go. That's all of them. Ma'am, I've helped thin the polar bear ranks. Well, well, you're certainly more reliable than any lordling I've ever met. They've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again that if no one sees those bears, they'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, and I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. Piety, vitality. That coffee looks rather nice, ma'am. You have a hot drink. Alphinaud? I am not familiar with the building of signal fires, but how difficult could it possibly be? Estinien? If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Sorin? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphinaud, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labour. Okay then, I'll see you two in a bit. Alright, Akila, off to hunt some yaks, I guess. I think we passed on the way to the Dusk Vigil, or was it on the way back? There's somewhere between... Oh, yep, there they are. So... let's go. Here are big yaks. I think the hide of one of them will be enough, or... How long was Sir Estinien talking when he said he might be there for waiting for a while? Maybe I should grab another one just to be sure. I'll grab that. And there. Right. That's the yak hides we need. Now, I was meeting them at the Dreaming Dragon. That's the big dragon corpse. Right? That one. I probably got the easy task. blizzard like this, finding burnable firewood is not be an easy task. Oh, I think I see the tip of a spear up there. Oh, that looks like another Aether current. Defended by a golem of some kind? Maybe I'll try and avoid angering him. I just want to see if I can attune to the Aether here. Oh, that's definitely them. Oh, Alphinaud, how did you get on with your task? I left Ishgard on a mission of noble purpose, and now here I am scrabbling for sticks in the snow. How can my hands be at once so numb, yet so sore? Yeah, the snow does be like that, doesn't it? It would seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphinaud. His must have been a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need? I believe so. Is this enough? Oh, that's definitely purple. So now we would.
I should have known it would be you.
And I'm sure you've noticed, I actually remembered to change the language this time.
Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
Well, we want to talk. Let's see if we can't find some compromise.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion.
It's better than not trying, right?
If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest.
Do you mind telling us?
Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Yes. If we understood what was going on.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elysian tribe first sought to claim the lands of Coerthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Coerthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great wyrm Heavensward in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elysian is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Heavensward, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the wyrm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Heavensward ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elysian. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
Estinien, I guess returning
you are wrong, Lady Iceheart.
Estinien?
Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Wait, you have the Eye on you? Oh.
Good gods!
Yeah.
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels. And the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
That doesn't sound particularly helpful. Alphinaud?
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead?
One of the other dragons.
He has
I
thus far
suppose.
shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
Maybe. That was what, like, Shiva first tried, right?
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him.
You will?
Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
We'll fly, you mean? Oh, this is different. I hear the crystals. The light returned to... I thought Midgard Swimmer cut me off from...
Is autumn mist, my friend?
Oh, Alphinaud,
I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
I'm okay. I just...
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
Like this, I really feel the loss of not having Miss Minfilia or Ysayle around. Maybe if I even had the time to return to the Waking Sands and talk to Riange. We journey to the homeland of Dragonstorm. The skull of enemy burns to see the sights I have but read about. As does the child within me, I confess. Be on your guard, warrior of light. With the Mistress of the Heretics as our guide, we may yet find that we are being led to our graves. I think we can have a bit of faith, Estinien. Miss Ysayle? That's I level 130. You are Sorin, yes? Pray address me as Ysayle if you wish. It is passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the Warrior of Light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania then? The chill of the western highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. The Chocobo Forest? Oh, where you come from, Aquila? Oh, maybe not you yourself, but... yes, we'll find out. That seems to be passage... oh, I forgot, I've unlocked flying now. This looks like the passageway. Of getting out of the cold.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
This is Dravania, home of the dragons. I see pretty quickly there's an Aether current there. Sorry guys, I'll be with you in a moment. Let's grab this. That is... is that the same... is that like the Sea of Clouds, or is that flying because of something else? What happened to the rest of the mountain? I think... it looks like it was originally part of the land, or... was it always like that? Estinien? You sense them, Sorin. A gathering of dragons to the west. I don't actually. I don't quite have dragon sense. This forest was mentioned in the pages of the new Eorzean Geographic. As I recall, the author advised travelers to give the local chocobos a wide berth. According to her, they can be remarkably aggressive. I'll keep that in mind. How do you feel about being here, Aquila? We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead, and see that we are properly provisioned? There's a village here? But I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos. Hailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Moschamp, is an acquaintance of mine. And being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival. And he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections. Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Oh. suppose we shouldn't waste too much time. It is warm here. Or, I guess it's probably actually isn't all that warm. I'm just so used to the cold in Coerthas now. See, their next banishment is from the realm with That's a little dark. This is Aelfarer? Safe, right? Should probably get tuned to that first. Always helps to be registered to Chocobo Keep, I guess. There. This seems good enough. Could change into something a little more suited. And these ones here. Right. That's a little more comfortable. Not exactly warm here, but definitely not as cold as Coerthas. Am I the first here? Hello, sir. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. Oh, and if ain't the lovely Ysayle. It's been too long, girl. That it has, Master Champ. That it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Somal. Might we stay in Tailfair for a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course, of course. Stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. The dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I'm not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did Ysayle not explain things to you, boy? You've seen them towering calum trees all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop Ysayle here, but dragons ain't the only thing you'll need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. What else is out there? I mean, is it worse than dragons? Excuse me? I'm glad to see Marschamp is doing well. These hunters scrabble in the shadow of dragons for naught but the love of coin. Greed inspires courage and madness in equal measure, it seems. Alphinaud? Is Aquila bothering you at all? I have read widely of the world and its wonders, yet after taking but a few steps into the unknown, I am reminded how much I have still to discover. Oh, I haven't actually been helping hunters, but okay. I see you've been making the rounds getting to know the hunters in these parts. Well, how'd you like to help a real hunter? I'm overseeing 3 camps set up to the east, but the lazy sods ain't sent me a new report in over a fortnight, and I'm too bleeding busy to be playing messenger. You look right fierce enough to get the information out of him. It's a simple job to learn you some coin. Can't rightly say no to that. If that tickles your fancy, then you'll need to talk to the leaders of each camp. Leonulf, Gunnart, and Eimbert. Hear what they have to say and get back to me when you're done. Okay, sir. I guess, guys, I'm gonna run a few errands, get to know people, learn to lay the land a bit. Hello there, sir. Well, paint me yellow and call me a chocobo. That's MILF sightseeing log you've got there. Oh, yeah, this, I haven't actually really been taking the time to use it too often, if I'm honest with you, sir. Forgive me. I got carried away for a moment. I am Kester Ironheart, cousin to Millicent and explorer of sorts, like most of my extended family. When I last spoke with Millicent, she told me of an adventure of a keen case of wanderlust, an adventurer that I now know to be you. What say you lend me your log for a moment? Don't worry, I won't eat it or anything. Was eating my log something I had to be concerned about, sir? I wasn't before you brought it up. There, and yes, there. That should do it, I reckon. It's no secret that Ishgard is home to some of the most remarkable sights in our realm. You see? Mind you, I've not seen them all myself, but I certainly know where they might be found. And now, so do you. Thanks to the notes and rumors I've seen fit to jot down in your sightseeing log. Yes, scores of stunning vistas are just waiting to be discovered. Your legs will not carry all of them, though. Did you find a particular spot out of reach, you might consider taking to the skies atop a black-feathered bird. Oh, but if I were to say more, I'd be robbing you of the joy of discovering these spectacular views for yourself. Godspeed, my fellow explorer, and may this moment mark the beginning of a tour of wonder. Oh. Well, thank you, sir. If I ever find the time, I'll look into that. Let's go, Keela. We've got some reports to get. That looks like a camp up there. It seems to match where I'm supposed to go on the map. So let's see what's going on here. Hello, sir. Aye, things are going well here, well enough. Been running into a bit of trouble with those giant bugs in these woods, though. Okay. Thanks for the report, sir. What was keeping you from getting in touch with Mosschamp, then? Or... I guess I've got the report. What's... Oh, red chocobos. I think maybe I should keep my distance. Wild chocobos. Sometimes you never think that these aren't, that animals like chocobos, like they do live out in the wild. Always see them being used as mounts or help pull carriages. Hello, sir. I'm just trying to get reports from Mosschamp. Nothing out of the ordinary here. There's just the one bird that won't shut up. I haven't been able to catch a wink for all its bloody screeching. Fair enough, sir. So, annoying bugs and loud bird. But what kind of problems the last camp might be having that they haven't gotten in touch? Okay. Right. Oh, wild chocobo one. Would rather avoid getting in a fight. Need to find a ledge or something to get up to that cliff. That doesn't look like it'll quite work. It doesn't quite look like it'll work. This is probably it. I don't know what those things are, but I'm gonna hazard a guess that they're Chocobo's natural predator. You see? Hello there, sir. Had ourselves a bit of an incident the other day. Some fiend came stomping out of the tree line and gobbled up one of our fresh-caught birds. Wasn't a damn thing we could do about it. If we're going to keep on in this area, we'll need some extra hands. You tell the chief that. I will, sir. Well, so all three of the camps were having problems. They didn't sound like overly serious, like no immediate people are gonna die situations, which I suppose my standards for what's problematic has changed a little bit from when I first came to Eorzea. That ledge. I think that got me a bit of a feel for the forest as well. Mr. Marschamp? 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 Don't know how to pronounce his name. So they've all got issues, but none of them fought to ask me for help. They think I'll bite their heads off or something. At any rate, I'd best prepare to round up the birds from each camp. Thanks again for your help, friend. Say, since you've already stuck an acquaintance with my people now, maybe you'd be willing to lend them a hand. Seems they talk to you of their troubles readily enough. If I can find a time, sir, I'll see if I can help out, but our current task is a little urgent. Well, I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? I'll tell you, the bloody naff. They're what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megalocrab and taught the thing how to walk on two legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties from moms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be if it'd be closer to Naf's home territory. Okay. That sounds like a problem. Something that's not afraid to go after dragons in their own homes is... It would seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Naf were not wont to cause such strife when I lived here. You lived here? In Dravania? Aye. It was in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forest then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Hraesvelgr. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic wyrm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Marschamp found my unconscious form at the edge of the trees and nursed me back to health, and in Tailfever I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Naf were once a peaceful people. Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with them on occasion. They have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Somal and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot. A more direct path, then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail west out of the forest and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we shall have a fair view of the road that leads to Somal. Shall we? Well, I guess we're heading out, then. Thanks for the information, Mr. Marschamp. Right. Where are... It feels like going a bit back, or I suppose maybe if they don't know... Maybe they don't know you can just... Maybe they're just not willing to use that entrance. It's not exactly an official gate after all. Oh. Hello. You're... I'm flying Megalocrab. I'm guessing maybe these are enough? Just refresh Achilles timer while I'm thinking about it. Right. Okay. So yeah, they're definitely not afraid to attack you. But they don't seem too bad. I can deal with them. Southeast. Oh, that's probably one I want to grab. East. Oh. There. Probably best to try and grab this now, rather than backtrack later. More of them. I'm aware this land is yours. I'm just wanting to pass through. Those guns? Okay. Guess we press on a bit. From the map, that looks like it's the stained one. It seems to be in great condition. Anyone else here yet, or am I? I don't see anyone. Where are they? Maybe I've just arrived first. We're on a diplomatic mission. Want to try and avoid getting in fights with dragons. Everyone? Oh. Excuse me. Should we chance to meet Marchchamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect enough, I doubt I would be standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Ishgardian. The style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphinaud. This structure is, in fact, over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace. You claim this is evidence of our harmonious past? I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me. Stubborn fool! How desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough, both of you! You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. Sorin, pray reason with these two. Right now we have the same goal, right? Try and stop this bloodshed. Right. Lest you forget, our goal is to prevent a war which will claim the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Sorin's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estinien. You would have me keep my counsel until Sorin's visions confirm the truth? Very well, but bait me not. Our meeting with Ysayle will likely provide the catalyst Sorin's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Pressing on, then. Dragons in the sky and Naf upon the ground. One must need to sprout eyes in the back of one's head to survive this land. Oh. Sorry, Ysayle. This is self-defense. But, Estinien? You're not even gonna help? I guess not. Spy you the three great towers to the west. Ishgardians know them as Annex Shrine. The place serves as a roost for Ysayl's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Somal, then we must first beseech these dragons to open the way. But do not be disheartened, the one who leads them is a friend. Of rather more concern is the disposition of the Naf. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear. 3 towers to the... I think... Oh! Yeah, okay, I think I see them. Right, so... follow the path further down, right? So that looks like a cliff in the way. I'm gonna hazard a guess that that's the Naf's home. The Aether compass is pointing me in this direction, but maybe I don't want to... Maybe I want to leave that be for now. Until we know more about the situation, maybe it's best not to intrude on their home. Ysayle said even before they were... Wait a moment. They seem smart enough that they're not just, like, animalistic, like that's... Beast tribe... Increased aggression. And we know the Ascians are in Ishgard. This sounds like all the... It seems like it has all the hallmarks of a primal summoning. If I hear anything about crystals... Would seem the enemy of mine enemy is also mine enemy. The Naf are fast becoming a nuisance. They seem to plague our every step. I didn't actually encounter any on my way here. It is as I feared, the road ahead is teeming with Naf soldiers. Master Champ did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragons so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself? I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to the Naf's muskets. There is no route save the one before us. Should the beastmen offer battle, we have no choice but to accept. So, they are a beast tribe. Alphinaud, when we get a chance, I might need to run something by you. Need to be ready. I'm trying to pull a lot. Stars telling me to be strong. More of them. Okay. That... It's certainly an impressive building, but those walls don't look in great condition. More naff. Just spire. Still more. Looks like we're clear for a bit further. Looks like the rest of the path's clear. There's everyone else. Alphinaud? The scale of this structure is nothing short of astounding. But that is only to be expected, I suppose, given the size of its occupants. A greater dragon approaches. Ysayle? I take no pleasure in killing the Naf. It was to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on this journey. Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, dragoon. On my word to the Warrior of Light, I shall start no fight. Only finish it. You truly are beyond salvation. Come then. In we go. Diplomacy of dragons, I guess. Are they going to hold the fact I have killed dragons before against me?
Vidofnir!
Hello.
Ah, 'tis thee, little one. From above I did mistake thee for a Nath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight. Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
I would end this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
That is a...
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
Sir Estinien, please. We're...
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
My sires will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Hraesvelgar in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one. But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here, and protect my kin from the Nath's god.
Oh boy. What so?
The Nath have summoned a primal.
That sounds like our job, doesn't it?
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory, would you consent to Lady Ysayle's request?
Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed?
With all due respect, ma'am? Is that right for a dragon? I have slain primals before, and... No, maybe I don't mention Midgard Sormer.
'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
So...
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphinaud's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
Well... Ysayle... With all due respect... When something like a primal comes up... Alphinaud and I probably would have... been wanting to deal with this regardless. Primals are... problematic. So... I'm just gonna... hope the dragons don't mind, and I'm just gonna quickly sneak in and attune to this Aphrodite while we're here. No one's stopping me. There we go. By the fury, must we now defeat a primal to be my treat with a worm? I do begin to see how you gained your reputation for surmounting the insurmountable. Thank you, I think. Once more, primal rears its head, and once more the task of slaying it falls to you. Would that I too possessed the echo. Don't worry about it, Alphinaud. I'm kind of used to it at this age. So, the Nath have summoned their god, and thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest. Are you not glad, Lady Iceheart? I thought you would applaud them for summoning a primal to further their own ends. After all, you did. I did not reach out to Saint Shiva to further mine own ends. I desired her strength only to forge anew the peace between man and dragon. What a fool I am to speak of peace to you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without thought or compunction. Enough! Enough, I say! If the Nath have truly brought forth their deity from the Aether, we must face it together or watch our hopes fall apart. All now rests upon this primal's defeat. But ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god? What manner of faith sustains its existence? My apologies. You are right, of course. Let us return to Tailfarer and consult with Moschamp. He knows more of the Nath and their culture than most. I get the feeling this is going to be an exhausting journey with those two. Probably quickest to teleport back to Tail Feather. Right. The only one definitely seems to just be in some. Hello again, sir. It's, not really been a while, has it? Oh, back already, are we? Ah, met enough, did you? And what is it you'd like to... Summon a primal, you say? 7 L's? Well, I don't know bugger all about enough religion, if I'm honest. Beyond our trading habits, there never seemed much point in asking. But it shouldn't be that hard to find out. From time to time, we barter with a small hive to the north and west of here. Outcasts from the main tribe, from what I understand. I reckon they'd be willing to tell you a bit about themselves, if you give them the right incentives. That sounds promising. And what exactly would a Nov consider to be the right incentives? Oh, nothing your average hunter couldn't scrounge up in a day or two. But seeing as you're in a hurry, you might want to divide the chores amongst yourselves. You'll want a good-sized jar of landtrap nectar, a basket of kalim tree fruit, and, always Naf's favourite, a generous portion of young Nanka flesh. I shall gather the fruit, leap into the lower branches of these forest giants should present little challenge to me. Then I shall collect nectar, with Master Alphinaud's arcane assistance. And that leaves you to bring home to meat. You'll need to carve it from the smaller Nankas that live in the rivers. 3 big hunks should be enough, I reckon. Once you've got everything together, you'll need to set it down at what we call the trading post. Here, I'll mark the spot on your map for you. You've been most kind, Master Mosschamp. Well then, let us attend to our respective tasks and reconvene at the trading post. I need hardly add that the last one there is a rotten Nank egg. Alphinaud? That seemed a little... Maybe he's not wrong about this. All this new adventure stuff bringing out the childish side of him. Well, I guess I'm going to find some Nankas then. Now, I kind of hope I can get this done quickly. After that, I kind of don't want to have Alphinaud beating me at any rate. Right. So, he said the smaller ones, right? Three should be enough. Oh, that is one of the big ones I've just angered. Okay. Don't need to get in fights. I don't need to get involved in. One more. That's... There we go. And then the trading post is... just up here. Oh no. Was I the slowest? Master Alphinaud possesses a rare talent for the arcane arts. Should he continue to apply himself to their study, he will become a formidable mage in time. When I set out to master the dragoon's jump, it was not to strike fear into the hearts of high-hanging fruit. I was able to gather a goodly amount of nectar from the land traps, though I would not have known how to harvest it without Ysayle's help. Do you have the Nanka meat? I do indeed. You think this is enough? Splendid. I shall put this with Estinien's fruit and assemble a suitably generous-looking hamper for the Nath. Right. So, do we know how first contact works here? Well, everything appears to be in order. Assuming no one has any objections to my choice of presentation, I shall place our offerings at the trading post as instructed. Were I of the Nath, I think I would be suitably impressed. Well, I'll trust you on that one. Excuse me. Well, how long must we wait? Should we have sounded a signal or some such? Maybe do we step back? Calm yourself, Master Alphinaud. Our offering has not gone unnoticed. Hello. They don't have weapons, these ones, so... Friends? Long has it been since hunters last came to trade, bearing gifts that filled the air with such delightful scents. Landtrap nectar, calam tree fruit, and nanka flesh! What delectable foods you have brought for us. Our meagre existence is much enriched by your bounty. Come, hunters, come to our hive if you would trade. Cramped and stifling our homes are, but the rancid incense keeps the dragons at bay. Cramped, stifling, and horribly smelly. But better to live in stench than be cracked and crunched by dragon jaws, yes? Come, come, it is not far. That was successful, right? Can those truly be Nath? Were it not for their appearance, I would think them wholly unrelated to the savage creatures that attacked us on the road. These Nath seem harmless enough, almost jovial even. I would prefer, however, that we conclude our business with them as soon as possible. Strangely friendly, are they not? Or mayhap just strange. Well, I guess I'm the one going on ahead to see what this home of theirs is like. Hello there. Your presence has been announced to the storyteller. You must speak to our chosen leader in words, for we are Vath. We are the non-mind. How else would I talk to him? Are you the storyteller? Welcome to our hive, hunters. You have brought delicacies much sought after by our people, and we are much pleased. What would you have in return? Honoured Elder, pray allow me to begin by thanking you for welcoming us into your home, and for accepting our humble offerings. My companions and I are come in search of knowledge, specifically knowledge of your people's god. Knowledge alone? What strange hunters you are! But if it is words you desire, then words you shall have. We are the Vath, the non-mind, and to speak is our fate. You will hear the tale of the Nath's god, of the god the One Mind summoned into our midst. The One Mind, these are the Nath who reside in the main colony. Yes, they are one, connected. But let us begin the story at its beginning. Some moons ago, a single dragon flew in from the east, bleeding and weak. It fell from the sky and into the hive, where it was swarmed by my brethren, and with spear and spell and musket, The dragon was slain. It was likely one that had fled battle with my kinsman. I should commend you for finishing the job. Please. You too. Dragons are fierce and terrible adversaries. The one mind would always cower when their winged shadows passed over the ground. But no longer. They had learned that a battle-weary Dravanian was easy prey. Thus did the one overmind decide to heed the words of the black-robed men. The one mind would call forth our god, and unleash his blades upon the dragons. Dravanian lands would become Naf lands, and even larger would grow our domain. But our god ever hungers. The price he demands in crystals far exceeds the rewards for this war. We of the Vaft despise and revile his insatiable existence. So, it was the Ascians then. Hello there. Though we hear not each other's thoughts, generous hunter, you somehow know that we need help. Our weapon stocks are wanting. We need more. I would make a request of you. Please bring us muskets with which to defend ourselves. You can take them from the Naf nearby. 2 would be sufficient. Alphinaud, I'm gonna just, do my usual thing. Do some errands. Help get a bit of a reputation for being friends with these people. Right. But yeah. Guess the best place to find Naf would be at the colony. And especially if I'm looking for things like muskets, they'd have more ammo if I get them at their base rather than if they were out on patrol somewhere. Or, I suppose if I happen to catch them just as they're coming back from a patrol, they might have the least amount of... Well, it's the easiest place to find them, I think, anyway. There we go. Just avoid getting in any fights with goats. So there's a primal in there somewhere. Maybe do need to be wary of that. We don't. Looking for ones which have muskets, like you there. Ow. Grenade. Right. There's one. Then can I draw you away from your friend? And that should be the last one. Right. Now, back to the colony. It's a pretty nasty looking storm. I do hope it doesn't start raining too heavily. My current clothes aren't exactly waterproof. Got ledge. There's actually a way you can climb up there. I think I need to kind of go around the cliff. Those tree ants don't look very healthy. I think this ledge is short enough. Yep. Hello there. Have you the muskets? I do indeed. Thank you, Hunter. With these we can arm ourselves, defend ourselves. We are of the same blood as the Naf, but even we find it utterly unnerving. The way they think as one, the way they move as one. It is hard to imagine us as the same people. Well, Ysayle, what's our stand plan? I call upon the power of a primal for the greater good, conscious all the while that I do so at grave cost to the land. I reason that it is a necessary evil, and willingly shoulder the burden of my sin. In suggesting that such crimes can be justified, you may argue that I presume too much. But you must surely see that I am aware of the magnitude of my transgressions. Not so the Naf. They summoned their deity for no greater purpose than to expand their dominion. To a scion of the Seventh Dawn, one sworn to eliminate the primal threat, the distinction you draw seems questionable at best. But the fact remains that my own grandfather risked unleashing the power of the 12 in an attempt to prevent the calamity. Thus, while I may not condone your actions, I at least understand them. Not so the Naf, as you so rightly put it. If they truly seek naught but territorial gain, I can only conclude that they are ignorant of the ruinous consequences of their god's insatiable appetite. The longer this primal is suffered to exist, the greater the suffering it will cause. It must be destroyed. How lightly you propose the destruction of this god, Master Alphinaud, a being of whom we know naught. Has it occurred to you that you may be sending the Warrior of Light to his death? No, You have the right of it, Estinien. It would seem it is I who am guilty of presuming too much. Pray forgive me, Sorin. You don't need to worry about it, Alphinaud. I've kind of gotten used to the whole being thrown in a primal's thing. Wait, Sorin need not face this foe alone. Like him, I am blessed with the Echo's protection, and may do battle without fear of primal influence. Let me bear this burden. Do you truly imagine yourself a second Warrior of Light? Remind me, how many primals have you faced, my lady? Not that it matters. We know not where this god resides, or how to challenge it, unless you mean to pray until it appears. Estinien makes a valid point. Let us speak with the Vav and learn how best to secure an audience with their deity. In this, at least, I may be of assistance. Well, you do seem to know about diplomacy. Alphinaud, isn't the Vav storyteller the other way? The young lord certainly appears eager to prove his worth. Well, Alphinaud's been through some stuff recently. I guess I can ask around as well. Hello, excuse me. I had some questions about your god. We are the Vav. We are the non-mind. We do not hear the one mind's thoughts. We cannot predict their will. Is that to say you don't know anything? Hello there. Can you tell me anything more about your god? Put this idea from your minds, generous hunters. If you meet with our god, then he will have your souls. Surely you are not so generous as that. Well, no, but I kind of have something that helps me with the whole soul-stealing thing. You wish to meet our god? Offer yourself as a sacrifice and you will soon be brought before him. We would mourn the loss of such generous hunters, however. I suppose that's a straightforward way to do things. Do you Hello, can I ask you a question? You are generous hunters, yes? Many gifts you have brought, but not for all VAF to enjoy. Maybe you could bring us just one more. We are very fond of Nanka flesh. Yes, the meat of a young Nanka would make a fine repast. I guess? You okay there, Estinien? By a fury, I would swear these beastmen know less about their god than I do. Fair enough. The VAF greet mine every question with cryptic utterances. I fear I am no close to understanding the tenets of their faith. Alphinaud? There must be some way of infiltrating the main colony. I think I found a way, but I'm following up another lead that will hopefully find another way, because the first idea doesn't sound particularly desirable. Off we go. Just another Nanka then. Was what we got before not enough, or is he just... was it not shared out equally, or... I don't know. A request is a request. Let's see what I can do to help out. Didn't mean to fight another one. Well, that's some more Nanka flesh. Hopefully this VAF has a bit more information for us. The offering ourselves up as a sacrifice certainly seems like it'll work, but I would rather find a more secure method. Oh. Hello everyone. For once, I am in agreement with the dragoon. Speaking with these beastmen is an exercise in frustration. And what has that to do with the primal or their faith, Master Alphinaud? Let us glean the information we require, and be done with this place. What's going on, Alphinaud? The VAF tell me that their tribe is not accustomed to giving each individual a name. It seems they only grasped the concept after they began trading with the hunters. Oh. I do suppose. But we VAF do enjoy our Nanka flesh. Have you been out hunting yet? I have indeed. Another gift for the VAF. So unexpected. Yes. You'll have more of the words you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. What one sees, all see. What one feels, all feel. Alert a single naff and the whole hive is alerted. To reach our god undetected is all but impossible. Well, Alphinaud, I've had a plan suggested to me, and it looks like it might be the only way. The VAF want to allude to certain concepts without explanation, but I believe I am beginning to grasp a few of the fundamentals. From what I understand, the king-like overmind sits at the center of Naf society, and its presence somehow allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. These Naf, the ones who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it was by their combined will that the primal was summoned. And those who reside in the smaller hive, however, are the VAF, or the Non-Mind, who, for reasons that yet escape me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond which connects their NAF counterparts. Excuse me? Thus are the VAF ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions, and of the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time. Not so. Perilous though it may be, the VAF did furnish us with one certain method of approaching the primal. as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Naath will bring us before their deity to make an offering of our souls. Yeah. I mean, it was an accident last time, but that's how I got to fight. That's what led to me fighting Ifrit for the first time and demonstrating that I could fight primals. But I think for now that is where I'll finish up. Because it is 5 past midnight. And I had kind of been planning on going on until 10 past because I think I was like 10 minutes late starting. But I feel, yeah, given that quest like finishes up here, that it's probably worth stopping here. But I will be back with Sorin's journey, and I imagine our first Heavensward trial on Friday evening. But other than that, thank you for stopping by, and hope you've enjoyed a bit. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.